Hi, welcome back to 30 Days of Going Inside because we can't go outside. And today is day 16 and it's all about courage. And we thought that this was a good opportunity as we're halfway through our 30-day program to check in again on our values and to think about who and what really, really matters to us. What is our purpose? Where's our meaning? And we did a video about this on day 4, and if you missed that video, now might be a good time to go and watch it again, and you can do that on YouTube, Facebook or Instagram.
Brilliant. So what's courage got to do with values? Well, when we are encouraging ourselves and others to kind of step out of their comfort zone and to take a step, however small, towards someone or something that really matters to them, it requires courage. As Brené Brown said, courage is when we do something and we're unsure of the outcome. And vulnerability comes before courage. There are no guarantees before we take that step that it's going to be successful, that it's going to work, that it's going to land where we want it to land. And in that respect, we need to be willing to have both success and failure in our history before we embark on these small steps towards our values. My favourite definition of courage is fear walking. To me, it's about taking actions, moving our hands and feet in the direction of something. But if I waited until the conditions were perfect, if I waited until my fear and anxiety have gone, if I waited until my self-critic piped down, then I would actually never do anything. There is no such thing as ready. And very often we wait and we procrastinate before we take these steps towards our values because we're waiting for a condition to change. And actually, we're never going to feel ready. We take this stuff, our fear and our anxiety with us for the ride.
Yeah. And that reminds me so much about our conversations over the years about some of the things that we've done together and how we've often looked at each other and said, do we want this in our histories? Are we prepared to do this and to fail? Is this something that we, when are we going to feel ready? If we wait till we're ready, type conversations. And we certainly felt that way about doing these videos, didn't we? We thought probably a few years ago about, we could do 30-day program. And of course, partly time, but also you can get very stuck at that stage of thinking about stuff. And I guess lockdown has given us that opportunity to take our fear and to try and be brave and to step over the line and to actually just get the ball rolling. And I know sometimes that state of indecision, like before we started this journey and we were thinking about doing it, we were maybe making a few ideas and planning things a bit. I felt very, very stressed and quite paralysed. And we talk in mindfulness about how indecision is a major barrier to being present. And I've really noticed that over the last few weeks doing this. And so sometimes it's only when we step over the line that we kind of create freedom, that we're kind of free from that internal dialogue. Shall I, shan't I? Is this right? Is this wrong? Movement creates freedom from that. And I've noticed that just in terms of the mindfulness, but also in terms of my values.
And I guess that's all.
So,
sorry, after you, Lee.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, I guess that's where bravery comes in, when we don't often feel brave. Once we've actually started something, we become less focused on those internal barriers and more focused on the real world, the external now, as opposed to the what might be. And actually, in order to be brave, I guess for us doing these videos, something has needed to matter more to us than fear. And that thing that matters more than fear is that value. And for you, I know that's that value of inspiring others. And for me, it's that value of endeavour, actually putting some hard work into something that we both feel really passionate about.
So we thought about inviting you all to check in again on your values. And there's a wonderful way of doing this called the Valued Living Questionnaire. And I'm not going to spend time describing that on video, but I have put some links to this on our website and we'll put them on Facebook as well. And so you can go there and follow the link and do this short questionnaire, which just invites you to take a sort of snapshot, if you like, and to really check in on what is it that's important to me in each of these life domains, and how am I doing in terms of connecting with those values. So be aware that feelings might show up when you notice that perhaps you're not connecting with some areas of your life. But perhaps see this and see lockdown as an opportunity to really pause and reflect on that. And if you notice there's an area of your life where there's a gap, then maybe you can set a goal to move in that direction. And one of the things that I found really helpful when I'm exploring my values is to do a written exercise, because so often we're sort of thinking abstractly about our values. And for me, when I started to write about my values, what is it that matters to me in this life area? Actually, my brain went down pathways that it wasn't doing when I wasn't writing about them.
So these are the different life areas that are looked at in the Valued Living questionnaire. And I'm inviting you to just look at these areas and perhaps choose an area of your life where you're noticing there's a bit of a gap between where you're at and where you would like to be. So you can pause the video and just take a moment to think about this. And when you've found an area of your life that you want to work on, perhaps now picking up your pen and taking a moment to write about this area of your life. And you can use these questions as a guide. What is it I care about in this area of my life? What do I want to do in this area that reflects that caring? When in my life has this value been important? What have I seen in my life when others pursue this value or don't? What might I do to manifest this value more in my life? And perhaps taking a moment to reflect on a time where I violated this value and what's been the cost of that. And just write for 10 minutes, just write. No one else will see it. And try to really focus on what it is that you want in your life. And at the end of this exercise, seeing if you can use what you've written to guide you as you set a goal that you might want to move towards in the next few days. Something that you would see on the video of your life that would tell the watcher who and what really matters to you.
And it would be nice if you could set yourself a goal that you could do between now and tomorrow. And then we can check in tomorrow on how you've got on. And perhaps Rachel and I can form an intention to do something as well. I've just thrown that.
Absolutely. I'm going to do that exercise straight after this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do the questionnaire
Brilliant.
as well. And we can share what our goal was tomorrow when we do our video for tomorrow. And we can check out how we've got on. And we can start to notice that maybe stuff showed up and got in the way.
And that's what we're going to be looking at tomorrow in day 17, looking at some of the barriers that get in the way of us taking what seem to be often risky steps towards our values. So we really look forward to you joining us then. I just wanted to leave you with a quote that came into my mind earlier when we were talking about brave. That I'd rather be a lion for a day than a sheep for a lifetime. So have a great day and look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.